What if one of the biggest debates in medicine has continued for over 200 years simply because we've never truly sat down and talked? My warm greetings to all my colleagues in conventional medicine on this Doctor's Day. Thank you, Dr. Shah.
A wonderful greeting.
Isn't it interesting that although we all became doctors with the same purpose, helping patients, homeopathic and conventional doctors have rarely been on speaking terms? Today, perhaps we can change that. Let's break the ice, because this day belongs to all of us. Greetings! Yes, we are open to such a discussion. Please introduce yourself. Thanks for being open-minded. I am Dr. Rajesh Shah, a medically trained homeopathic doctor practicing since 1985. Over the years, I have had the privilege of teaching homeopathy not only to homeopathic students, but also to conventional doctors across the United States, the United Kingdom, Europe, Japan, and many other countries. For the last 3 decades, I have been actively involved in scientific research on homeopathy, working alongside immunologists, nanotechnologists, molecular scientists, and government health officials. Today, I am not here to debate. I am here to have an honest conversation. Let me begin with something I believe every doctor, regardless of specialty, will agree with. How is it possible that some diseases that conventional medicine cannot treat, homeopathy can? Medicine is incredibly complex. What we know is only a fraction of what remains to be understood. No neurologist, immunologist, surgeon, or physician knows everything about the human body. Every one of us practices within the limits of current medical knowledge. That is why our opinions should always remain evidence-driven, but never rigid. The truth is, we all know what we were taught. Our understanding comes from textbooks, classrooms, mentors, and training. But textbooks evolve. Medical knowledge changes every few decades, and teaching, like every human endeavor, can carry personal biases. Most doctors gradually outgrow many of their early assumptions through years of clinical experience. Bias exists at every level. It is not limited to the uneducated. Professors, researchers, journal editors, policymakers, and even scientists can carry biases that influence what is accepted, questioned, or rejected. Recognizing that is not a weakness. It is the beginning of scientific thinking.
So, what is the difference between homeopathy and conventional medicine?
Now let us look at the fundamental difference between our systems. Conventional medicine is primarily based on the principle of contraries, treating inflammation with anti-inflammatory medicines, reducing fever with antipyretics, or lowering blood pressure with antihypertensive drugs. Homeopathy follows the principle of similars, using a substance capable of producing symptoms similar to the illness in order to stimulate the body's own healing response. Interestingly, the concept of like cures like is not entirely unfamiliar to modern science. We see related principles reflected in vaccines and in the biological phenomenon of hormesis. Both approaches exist in nature. Both have their place. The unfortunate reality is that these principles are rarely studied together, creating unnecessary division instead of scientific dialogue. We must bridge these gaps.
Interesting. Why is it that there is not much research in homeopathy?
Historically, homeopathy fell behind in scientific research early in the last century. While conventional medicine advanced rapidly through antibiotics, modern diagnostics, surgery, and pharmaceutical innovations, homeopathy did not receive comparable scientific attention. For decades, its highly diluted medicines were dismissed as nothing more than placebos. But science continues to evolve.
Is there any major breakthrough in homeopathy?
Yes, one of the most significant development has come through nanotechnology. Research from IIT Bombay and several other institutions has reported that highly diluted homeopathic medicines contain nanoparticles of the original source material. What was once believed to contain nothing is now being explored as a possible form of nanomedicine.
That sounds interesting. But does homeopathy actually work? Is there scientific evidence?
Frankly, I started my journey as a researcher with the same question way back in 1995. The good news is that now it is proven that homeopathy works. My own research, along with studies conducted by many scientists over the past 30 years, has demonstrated measurable effects at the epigenetic and immunological levels in both laboratory and clinical settings. Of course, there is still much work ahead.
We would be happy to examine the evidence. Thank you.
Homeopathy needs more rigorous scientific studies, updated literature, stronger research methodologies, and the discovery of new remedies. We should welcome that challenge because science advances through questioning, not through unquestioned acceptance. And that brings me to my final thought. Please tell us. The future of healthcare is not competition, it is integration. No single medical system can solve every clinical problem. Conventional medicine has transformed emergency care, surgery, infectious diseases, and countless other fields. Homeopathy has shown promise in many chronic and recurring conditions. As physician, our responsibility is not to defend systems, it is to serve patients. Every doctor should understand when a particular approach may offer benefit. Ignoring a system that has helped millions of patients, simply because it is different, may jeopardize the very concept of serving humanity.
Yes, on this Doctor's Day, let us decide to be open to exploring homeopathy as a re-engineered system of medicine for suffering humanity, as every doctor's ultimate objective is to help patients without any bias.
Happy Doctor's Day to all the doctors in the world!